College football has a problem, and this could actually be the answer. So we all know things have gotten a little weird with this latest round of realignment, and teams chasing a bigger bag to a bigger conference is nothing new, but we've never seen anything like this. I mean, I get these teams didn't really have many options, but what are we doing at this point? And even with all of this craziness, fans, players, coaches all know this isn't the end.
Use the word permanently, I can say it's far from that.
Sure.
I think, in two to three, maybe 5 years at the outside, everything's going to change again. And so this may be just a quick, a couple years of the game returning, and then, everything is blown up again and people go their separate ways.
However, there is a group of college football executives who have formed the Knight Commission, and they have been vocal about the need for change in collegiate sports. They basically think that the FBS has grown into its own beast at this point and just doesn't work with the rest of college sports. And it's hard to argue that when you have yearly revenue graphs that look like this. College football has massive budgets for new facilities, coaching salaries, not to mention the ever-increasing media rights deal and NIL sponsorships. FBS football really is a different animal. And with teams now playing in conferences that span coast to coast, it's getting more and more unsustainable for college athletics outside of football and basketball. And what the Knight Commission has been proposing is for college football to fully break ties with the NCAA and form its own body in the NCFA, or National Collegiate Football Association. This would be a self-governing body that generates revenue from the college football playoff, which is estimated to bring in about $2 billion in annual revenue once the expansion jumps to the 12-team format. All other sports, including FCS, would remain with the NCAA and generate revenue from March Madness. But where the article gets a little vague is defining who fits in this NCFA. In the article, it says football programs that meet NCFA membership criteria. But what would that criteria look like? Is this criteria going to include the current G5 teams, or is the FBS going to consolidate even more and even some fringe P5 teams get left out? But we actually do get some answers to these questions later on in the article, stating the new NCFA can provide a reset opportunity for FBS football programs, particularly in the group of 5 conferences, to assess whether they wish to continue to fund the expenses associated with the highest competitive level of football. Some FBS programs may conclude that they have over-leveraged institutional funding to compete with higher resourced programs, and it would be best for the institution to affiliate with the NCAA Division I FCS football. Basically, what I'm getting from this is D1 schools will have to decide whether or not it's worth the money. But now the big question is, how is this going to save college football? Well, let's be honest, college football is definitely broken. I mean, if one of your oldest and most prestigious conferences just completely disintegrates, something's wrong. I believe the heart of college football has always been regional competition and rivalries, with occasional out-of-conference games throughout the year and in the postseason. But media rights deals have torn that apart to the point where a lot of these conferences aren't even recognizable outside of the SEC. I think a break from the NCAA could allow for a completely fresh start in conference affiliation, revenue distribution, and media rights. I mean, imagine if one day we actually got something that looked like this. I think college football is at its best with healthy and competitive conferences in every part of the country. And maybe this whole restructuring could be a step in the right direction. But if we're being honest, this is probably never going to happen. It's just intriguing to see what the Knight Commission has cooking up for the future of college football. That's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.